Dr. Karsten Wellner, Chief Executive Officer of Ascendis Health. A very warm welcome to the Red Zone.
Good morning, Jeremy.
It is good to talk to you. First of all, a broad overview of the space that your company is playing in right now. What is it?
Our company works in three areas, distinctive areas. We look at animal health, plant health, and human health. And we acquiring interesting brands in this area. And try to build an integrated, healthy healthcare player.
How do you find integration between three very different pillars of health? Is that difficult?
Yes, of course, it's difficult, and we try to find these synergies and integration models within these divisions. So we look at what we call our phytovet division, plant and animal, and human health. And of course, between human health and phytovet, you won't have too many overlapping areas where you can find synergies. But within these divisions, we're finding great synergies from a procurement point of view, supply chain point of view, and sometimes even marketing point of view. In the phytovet area, we have this plant company called Effecto. And Effecto goes to around 4,000 doors in the country. Malton's recently acquired animal accessories company is also going to the same doors. So there's a lot of synergies also from a merchandising point of view, even joint marketing point of view.
Let's talk a little bit about the broader company strategy. Just looking through your communiques over the past couple of months, a very aggressive acquisition strategy. You're always looking for something, are you?
Yes, we have.
How do you make the choice, though?
We have a deal team in Cape Town, and the deal team comes from the coast-to-coast side, who are the majority owners of Ascendis. They own 80% of Ascendis. And yeah, we have set up our strategy, and we want to fill actually the areas where we say we want to play in. And we said we want to play in animal, plant, and human health. And in human health, consumer brands, pharma, and medical devices. So at the moment, we're looking actually also for a medical device company which we want to integrate. Yeah, there are some players out there in the market, and in the pharma space, we are doing at the moment a DD on a company which we hopefully can also acquire in the next months.
Let's talk about one of the brands, Nimue, which is an innovative brand in a category called cosmeceuticals. Yes. I'm going to be very honest with you, I haven't heard that expression before. What is Nimue, and particularly where does the technology fit into this?
A few years ago also I hadn't heard about this, and when we looked at skincare products, you find, let's say, skincare products where you say it's nice feeling, you could call them pamper products. They're good to have, good quality, but they don't do anything to your skin. The company is playing in this area of cosmeceuticals, or sometimes they call it also dermacosmeceuticals. They say they do something actively to your skin. So it's not only pampering your skin, it's really rebuilding the skin, doing something on your skin. Not yet on the level where you have to have a registered pharmaceutical item. That would be a pharmaceutical for a dermatologist. And therefore they play in this area where they say it's very close to pharmaceutical, but not yet a pharmaceutical.
And how does that impact your marketing strategy?
It impacts the marketing strategy because you are in a protected area. Somehow it's a defensible business because you build up science around your product, you build up education around your products, and therefore you protect your market space where you're playing in. And that's actually quite nice. So that's the reason why we're investing in these areas. A little bit like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett also loves areas where you are protected, defensible businesses. And that's the reason we invested in Nimue. Being a cosmeceutical, you own your customer, you own your client base, because you do a lot of training with them, because it's not really just a pamper product, it's a little bit more, but not yet a pharmaceutical.
And does that guarantee, in your opinion, more brand loyalty?
It doesn't guarantee, because you have to work for it to get the brand loyalty. But if you look at the products, how they look, how they're presented, for example, from a packaging point of view, these products are very clinical, very white and clean and silver, so they look really like pharmaceuticals, but of course they're not pharmaceuticals, but they are in that space in between, a little bit like our other brands. Our nutraceuticals, which we sell from Solal, they are not pharmaceuticals, but they're seen somewhere in between. They're not really a food product, but they're also not a pharmaceutical product. So there is food plus added benefits, and that's a little bit like with Nimue also. It is skin products plus added benefits.
Do you do a lot of work on the packaging side? Is packaging critical in that marketing mix?
I think we love brands. One thing is we say we love deals, but we also love brands, good, strong, healthy brands who have weathered the storms. And if you look at a brand, what makes a brand? A brand loyalty comes from good packaging, comes from a good marketing story, comes from a good product, comes from good education and science behind the product. And that's actually, yes, packaging is something important. If you stand in a discount and you look at a shelf where you see the Solal products, or if you go to a beauty salon and you see the Nimue products displayed, packaging is something important.
I want to touch very briefly, because time is against us, on SSN, nutritional supplements. This is a sector in South Africa that is growing by as much as 20% a year. What is it, and what is that saying about that particular market segment?
That market is, if you look at lifestyle sports enthusiasts, just always saying cyclists who did the Argus a few years ago, what did they have in their water bottle? Water. Nowadays they have nutraceuticals in it. And people try to supplement their lifestyle, their sport, either being a sports enthusiast or just a recreational sports person. And SSN actually works with the gym enthusiasts. So it's a bodybuilding brand. Scientific sports nutrition, very strong growing, and if you look at that segment, like you said, 20% growth in the market in South Africa and also internationally. Sports nutrition is growing all over, in the US, in Europe.
And is that directly marketed in the place of sale?
Yes, it is. It is, but it's also, you go to the retail chains, and also the retail chains are very strong in that, but you find also the gym, you find specialized health shops where you market these products.
It's a destination purchase.
So it's a destination purchase.
Dr. Karsten Wellner, Chief Executive Officer of Ascendis Health, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.